What up? Happy Wednesday. Recently I did a part one and part two of best fragrances of 2021. And I knew when I did part one and part two, I was like, after I post these, I'm going to think of fragrances that I wished I would have included. It happened. There's like three fragrances that now looking back on, I was like, man, I wished I would have added these to that list of best of 2021 fragrances. This is one of them. Costume National Homme Eau de Parfum, EDP. They recently come out with the Parfum version of this, but this is the EDP. Um, that's the cap that actually looks like the atomizer. Let me tell you a little bit about this and why I wished I would have included it in my best of 2021 fragrances. Um, Let me tell you what I get in the opening. And by the way, before I go on with this, if you do not like clove or do not appreciate clove, I don't recommend this. But if you like clove or love clove, I would really recommend this. What I get in the opening, a lot of clove. The kind of clove in here is extremely powerful and it has a raw feeling to it. This is a very polished fragrance and very well done, but there's something about that clove that's like really raw. And I also get thyme in the opening. Um, in about an hour, when it starts getting into the mid and towards the dry down, you still get a ton of clove. You still get that thyme, but the sandalwood and cinnamon come in. And that's an awesome combination. It really is. I love the opening, but I love the mid more. In the dry down, you still get the clove, but the clove has lightened up. It's not as strong. The sandalwood comes out a lot more. You still get a little bit of cinnamon. Um, and I actually get a lot of labdanum, which to me smells a little bit, it gives it like a little resinous and leathery feel to me, a resinous and leathery smell to me. But in the dry down, the sandalwood shines in this. To me, this is a clove sandalwood fragrance. You get a lot of clove in the opening, in the mid, but in the dry down, you get that sandalwood really comes out and it's really creamy. And you still get all that other stuff, except all the other stuff is sort of lightened up, and the sandalwood is like way dominant. What a great fragrance! I really do wish I would have included this in my 2021 picks. This is a very powerful fragrance, especially the projection, the first 3 hours. When I first put this on, when I first started wearing this, I put like 5 or 6 sprays on. Don't do that. You don't need to do that, especially if you're going out, because this is a beast for 3 hours. As far as longevity, I'm getting around average of about 9 to 10 hours solid, strong longevity. After that, it sort of gets really close to the skin, but after the 10-hour mark, the next 5 hours, you still get whiffs of it. So I can smell this for 15 hours on me, but I don't want to exaggerate, so I'm just going to call the longevity 10 hours. But the next 5 hours, you do get like whiffs of it, and when you move around, there's a little bit of a scent trail. So this is like an excellent performer, especially the first 3 hours as far as projection. Dominic Ropion, I believe, was the perfumer for this. Um, but I love this fragrance. I really do. And like I said, if you don't like clove, you probably won't like this fragrance because this is a clove bomb, especially the first half of the life of the fragrance. Um, anyway, I looked online last night to see how much this was. I actually think I paid $100 for this 100 ml. But I looked online and I found this on Fragrance Net for $89 for, I think it was 100 ml, and like $50 for 50 ml. So I'm going to put a link in the description on where you can find this and get this if you're interested. I would suggest getting the 50 ml first because this is like really, really powerful. This is not going to be most people's signature scent or work scent. This is more art to me. This is more of appreciating this fragrance for yourself. That's the way I look at it anyway. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description on where you can get this if you want to try it. I've never heard any. There's not a lot of fragrance reviewers that has ever talked about this. I think 3 or 4 maybe. I've never heard a bad thing about this fragrance. I think everybody considers this more of a niche and art type of fragrance than any designer or anything like that. But yeah, you need to check this out. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Peace.